All right, Rob G., the biggest news going on in this sports world is still percolating because Lane Kiffin has made a move. He said, thank you very much, Ole Miss, but I'm blowing this popsicle stand and I'm done. The fallout.
Yeah, we have a new pope, it seems like.
Yes.
Because we had the conclave, the con lane going on all weekend. Marty Smith, God rest his soul, I know he's alive, but damn, that dude was at the Ole Miss facility for like 24 straight hours waiting for the announcement that Lane Kiffin would, in fact,
But
be
did you
leaving.
really think he was not going? I mean, I'm stunned that people are stunned that he's going.
Well, he is, like you mentioned, he's leaving Ole Miss on the eve of the college football playoff, which the Running Rebels will be in. Mm-hmm. We don't know if they'll be in the top 5, top 10, but they'll be somewhere in the top 12. And even still, Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss to take the LSU head coaching job. He'll be at worst the second highest paid coach in college football. And his team right now left holding the bag because even though he said he wanted to stick around and coach them, finish out this season with the Rebels, they said, no, hell no. You're leaving. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
With a lower split you.
Stay in LSU, and that's where he's at.
I'm fine with that. If they don't want him to coach, I get it. And we've seen that happen before.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know where he's the bad guy. This is the system that's set up. You know, I'm waiting to hear from Nick Saban and Tom Izzo and them telling me how bad college sports is with the kids leaving and going to the transfer pool. Where are those guys? I want to see those guys stand up on big platforms today and tell me how terrible it is that coaches walk away from kids. And if you want to blame Lane Kiffin, please save it. People have been walking out on kids forever. This is not new, no breaking news. This is the system that's set up. This is the time clock that's set up, right? Mm-hmm. This is when you can do it. We know all the Lions fans had their panties in a bunch last year because Ben Johnson was interviewing during the playoffs. Mm-hmm. But, well, that's the timetable, right? You can't wait. You can't. You got to get somebody in place. You got to get ready. This is what happens. So all I'm saying is, I do not blame Lane Kiffin. All these people like, oh, he turned his back on the kids. And what a shame. They had a magical season, and he walked out on them, and this 4-year senior. Dude, there's nothing new here. There's nothing special. There's no guarantee he's going to win some national championship, and it's an opportunity of a lifetime. And this was a step. Jobs come open. They don't come open every year. Guy gets in, he might have it for 10 years. You don't know, or at least 5 or 6. And things happen. Maybe Ole Miss reverts back to where it was, and it isn't that good or whatever after this group of players. There's a lot of the things that play in, but I am going to wash the hands of Lane Kiffin, and I have no issue with it. Kids, bounce when you're ready to bounce. Lane Kiffin, bounce when you're ready to bounce. All these people do it, and now it's the end of the world.
I'm calling him Lane dipping because he's always dipping. Always getting out of there. And nobody has you have the absolute right to go where you want. That's true. But that doesn't mean people have to like it. And to me, it also doesn't have to necessarily make sense. I feel like he always has a case of the grass is always greener somewhere else. I feel like he's somewhere else is going to be better. Go to LSU. Somewhere else is going to be Alabama. Somewhere else is going to be better. I got to go to Ohio State. Or I have a feeling like something will never be satisfied within him, which is fine. That's his prerogative. But where you can have issues and where I wonder about the decision to leave, and specifically going there, is a couple of things. One, Rob, your program is better than LSU. You literally have built a better You've done now what you hope to do at LSU, which is build a college football program. They're not. Build a program that's got a chance to compete.
How many championships does Ole Miss have?
I can't tell you about what they did in the past. Okay. I'm telling you about what I've done if I'm Lane Kiffin. Don't tell me. I don't want to hear about that. I'm telling you, I've been here, and we've been playing very well to the tune now of the best record in school history and a chance at the college football playoff. And when you bring up, you're mentioning that to kids, that's the thing. You're leaving them now. And I agree with you. He can't. The timetable sucks because the whole point you've preached is come here, we're going to build something. Come here, we got a chance to compete for a title. Come here, we're going to do something that hasn't been done in 50, 60 years, whatever it's been for them. And you literally are living that now. You have a chance to compete. So you're leaving the college, the coaches who are there with you. You're leaving the students. You're leaving everybody that's a part of this program that helped build it to the point of getting to where you want to get to. You're going to LSU to hope to compete for a title. You literally have a chance to now. So that part of it doesn't make sense to me. If they were a good team, 9-3 and competitive, and he just felt like, oh, we're not, I can understand it. You're literally having an opportunity to compete for a championship. So that part of it I don't get. And then the other thing too at LSU is you gotta be careful what you wish for in the sense of if it's just checking a box, because you can go there. We've seen Brian Kelly just got a whole bunch of money to leave, $50-something million, but ain't no guarantee. You can go there and be meh, and then you're gone in 3 or 4 years. And what will have happened? You've been another coach at LSU that was there and you won a few games.
Or you might go there and win back-to-back championships. How about that? And do something that's special.
Yeah.
You could do that as well.
And you could have did it at Ole Miss.
No, but it ain't no back-to-back championships at Ole Miss, cuz. I just hasn't happened.
Dabo Sweeney, if I told you he was going to run off a decade of greatness, you'd be like, yeah, right. It happens. If I told you what Miami football would do in the 80s.
LSU was a different breed, and they've had great coaches. Nick Saban went down there, all these people, because there's something there. And maybe this was one of his dream spots.
It may be. So
okay,
listen,
so that for people, just like a kid who's somewhere and they go to Michigan or whatever, they could have gone to Ohio State, but that might have been their dream or that school.
Desmond Howard, he's from Cleveland. Everybody was like, what are you leaving there? So, again, that's his absolute prerogative, and I don't mind in the sense that I would have been more shocked for Lane Kiffin to stay, because that would be counter what Lane Kiffin has typically done.
But they hired him knowing his history.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So shocking would have been more if he was like, you know
that's
what,
why I didn't doubt at all that he was going.
But I just wonder, like, what for him, what's he chasing? Like, what it feels like it for him. Like, I don't know if like I got to do this, I got to do that, because you got a great situation. You're the man. You created something there. You got a chance to compete. You're a better ran program right now. I'm not saying historically, right now.
Yeah, but he can look at it and say, look at what I was able to do there. Imagine if I had all these LSU resources.
You better be careful.
And people,
you know the governor, Rob.
Yeah.
The governor, the governor tell you to get up out of here. The governor don't be playing around. The governor be paying attention out there in Louisiana.
It's the way things work in life. There's opportunities that come, and people will look back, and sometimes you'll regret that you didn't take a great opportunity, something that you really wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that that's what it is. He's one of those guys who's not staying for 20 years.
It's true.
That's not his makeup.
Here's the thing, though, Rob.
It's not his makeup. So I don't know why people are so worked up. And they could boo him as he gets on his private plane to go to Baton Rouge or whatever they want to do. He
hasn't. What's also interesting about Lane Kiffin, kind of got that Chip Kelly of what I was talking about failing up in that he hasn't even won a conference title in his career. Like, he keeps getting opportunities.
That's how few people there are, and those are the names.
Having a name
Lincoln
too
Riley got. Look at the deal we got at USC.
I'm agreeing with you.
What does he want?
There are certain people that
anything.
I agree with you.
Again, no big games, always the same situation, and then
now
people
he's mad at everybody else.
Yeah, and people looking at USC and go, oh man, No. When you hired him, gave him all that loot, he hadn't won anything.
He hadn't done anything.
So what?
You thought you were going to get Caleb.
Exactly.
You did, and he got a Heisman, but they didn't win any big games. So my point is, Lane Kiffin, he still has a lot to prove in that sense of actually winning something big. He's turned Florida Athletic around. Obviously, turned Ole Miss around, but that's the thing to me that is crazy, is that he's competing. He has a chance to win a national title this year. Who knows what'll happen, and he's leaving out on that. That's the only part for me that's really crazy. That's the whole point, which you compete for. All right, Rob, so they're watching us right now, which means another thing they can do is what?
They can subscribe. All you got to do is hit that button, subscribe to The Odd Couple for some of the best sports talk content in the nation.
Facts, and while you're at it, they can like, they can comment, they can share. Do all that for us. We appreciate it. Just do all that right up in here.